I think Elizabeth Warren clearly won. You saw somebody there that could go against Trump.
That was the senator that we watched make bank executives cry. There's no question that she could go toe-to-toe with Trump.
She laid out Michael Bloomberg, exposed his weakness.
And Mike Bloomberg absolutely wasn't ready for that.
She took him to task in a way that I've never seen in a debate. Titanic meet iceberg Elizabeth Warren.
I'd like to talk about who we're running against. A billionaire who calls women fat broads and horse-faced lesbians. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg. Democrats take a huge risk if we just substitute one arrogant billionaire for another. When Mayor Bloomberg was busy blaming African Americans and Latinos for the housing crash of 2008, I was right here in Las Vegas holding hearings on the banks that were taking away homes from millions of families. I spent the next years making sure that would never happen again. Wall Street fought us every inch of the way on a consumer agency. They lost, and I won. So, Mr. Mayor, are you willing to release all of those women from those non-disclosure agreements so we can hear their side of the story?
We have a very few non-disclosure agreements.
How many is that?
Let me finish.
How many is that? This is not just a question of the mayor's character. This is also a question about electability. We are not going to beat Donald Trump with a man who has who knows how many non-disclosure agreements and the drip, drip, drip of stories of women saying they have been harassed and discriminated against. When the mayor says that he apologized, listen very closely to the apology. The language he used is about stop and frisk. It's about how it turned out. Now, this isn't about how it turned out. This is about what it was designed to do to begin with. We cannot continue to let our public lands be used for profits by those who don't care about our environment and are not making it better. For generations now in this country, toxic waste dumps, polluting factories have been located in or near communities of color. I have a commitment of $1 trillion to repair the damage that this nation has permitted to inflict on communities of color for generations now. Why can't we get anything passed in Washington on climate? An industry that makes its money felt all through Washington. The first thing I want to do in Washington is pass my anti-corruption bill so that we can start making the changes we need to make on climate. A 2-cent wealth tax on all fortunes above $50 million. It means we can have universal pre-K for every child in America. It means we can raise the wages of every child care worker and preschool teacher and stop exploiting the black and brown women who do this work. It means we can put $800 billion into our public schools. Do we want to invest in Mr. Bloomberg, or do we want to invest in an entire generation of young Americans? This country has worked for the rich for a long time and left everyone else in the dirt. It is time to have a president who will be on the side of working families and be willing to get out there and fight for them. That is why I am in this race, and that is how I will beat Donald Trump.
Senator.